Welcome to Roll Fair, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we will introduce ourselves. I am Devin, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan. I'm playing Alton, the Tiefling Warlock.
I'm Kayla, playing Kaiji. And I skip Brad.
Brad doesn't play anymore.
Well, bye.
Nice knowing you.
Well, I'm Brad, playing Changeling Wizard Arden.
Still Kayla, playing Kaiji.
I am Austin, playing Sheru.
And I'm Ben, playing Reyna, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Flame, the turquoise dealer.
Flame on!
Flame on.
And we still have our guest here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Marshall, and now I'm playing Gardovan Anuis, also known as Bubu Kachinga.
Excellent. So last time, the party has done some investigating. They've split the party. Always a good tactic. And done some investigating of the Potter's Guild so far and the Jeweler's Guild. And we are going to jump over to Sheru and Arden and see what happens there. So, we are picking up with wherever you guys are choosing to go visit.
Well, first of all, we're arm in arm, skipping.
Not a couple.
Not
at
a couple.
all.
I am not skipping. I'm not skipping. Anyways, I think we should go visit Irvin. Urin. I didn't want to say urine, but that's what's in my head. So
It's my fault for spelling it poorly, but it's Urin.
Urin.
You're in or you're out.
Yeah. You're in this together.
I feel like he might have some insight on this place, and
It's true, it'd be nice to see him again.
yeah.
He was an interesting fellow.
Hopefully he doesn't think we're gonna eat him.
Why would he think that?
Remember the whole joke about eating him and trying to scare him?
I guess I forgot that part. But we could go off of that.
We could.
Oh, let's just be nice.
Let's go be nice.
He's a good person, I think. Maybe
Mostly.
he's a bad person. We don't know.
I think he's just a crazy inventor who wants to invent things.
How do we know how to find him? Did someone say where he was?
Well, he vaguely. We go off and search for his shop.
And we ignore the map altogether. Alton gave us.
We leave the map on the table.
So you do know that Masan Den kind of pointed out where his shop was.
Oh, that's right.
So
Okay.
you guys, I'd say, are able to find it easily enough. Let me just pull up his old details so I've got it ready.
Yeah, because it wasn't very far away, if I remember right.
No.
I mean, you'd assume he's living in the Thaumaturgy district. Or around
All right.
Maybe outskirts because he's eccentric.
So you guys find this shop. It's an interesting place. You see different animals in kind of a wicker-like cage. You see monkeys, you see birds of various kinds, rodents, and then just different plants all about. It's kind of chaotic. And as you walk in, you get this very pungent smell of different animal urine and feces, as well as just their natural smells.
Nice.
And
It's the name somebody gave him then.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
and you see the small gnome sitting just in a small chair at a desk, just tinkering with different vials, and he's got like a rat in one hand, and he's like poking it with a few things, and it looks to be some sort of a wand, and he's like, oh, very interesting. And you see the rat like start to sprout flowers.
Jeez.
I hold up my hand up to Arden and just kind of motion him to wait a moment. and I try to sneak up behind Urin.
Urin.
I can't. I'm gonna struggle with that.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
3.
So as you start trying to sneak up, there's just stuff all over the floor. You know, stacks of books, things like that. And as you try and move around, your shell knocks into stuff, and you just hear this crash.
Urin!
And
So
he
nice
looks
to
up.
see you!
Oh! Master Sheru, is it?
Yes, you remember.
Yes! Yeah, you saved me from being eaten.
Well, yes.
Thank you. What can I do for you?
Oh, we're just passing through the city, and I thought, why don't we stop by our good friend Urin?
Oh, well, thanks. It's good to see you. What can I do for you?
Well, first off, I've been carrying around this bottle of the mucus from the fish and a couple of his teeth and spines and scales. Are you still interested in any of that?
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, well, it sounds like he doesn't want it. So
no, I guess not.
I guess we'll have to take it
we'll have to
somewhere
find
else.
someone else.
I'll give you 300 gold.
Well, okay then.
All right, then. Here we go.
And he just pulls out the gold out of his pocket. And just, here you go.
Wonderful. Wow.
I can do some more tests. I ran out.
How did your test go, by the way? I'm curious.
I paralyzed a lot of things.
All right, then.
Oh my god.
It was fantastic. And I need more. So I'm glad you brought some.
Yes,
I may
yes.
need to go up there again in a couple of months.
Well, if we're in the area, I'm happy to go with you, but I don't know if we will be in the area.
Yeah.
What-
If we go up in 5 months, it'll be the wet season. We could get a bigger one.
Both is terrifying and exciting.
Indeed.
I might have to discuss this with the group.
I'll pay you for it.
We're currently on another mission, though.
Oh,
We're
it's
trying
true.
to figure out things in the city,
Oh, like what?
like
Well, the whole there's a ball going on, some weird votes.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
how's it?
It's a lot of politics.
Politics, yes.
It makes me tired.
I can understand that. Politics are always annoying.
They get in the way of good science.
And good stories.
And good science.
What do you know of what's going on?
Well, as far as I'm aware, the Genturum Sanctum is keeping secrets, according to what other people say, or keeping people that may be able to share secrets. And a lot of the guilds aren't happy that they aren't supporting more of the other guilds. So,
All right. What's your whole take on the whole situation?
if I'm left alone, I'm happy.
Fair enough.
That makes sense.
By the way, do you have any water breathing potions?
Of course. I can give one to you for, let's say...
300 gold.
It actually is about that much.
Oh my goodness.
It's an uncommon magic item, so it'd be about 250. 250? That would cover it.
I don't
Very
know where
expensive to make.
I don't know where we're gonna get that kind of gold.
And I don't know if we'll be back to the Oasis anytime soon.
That's true.
Maybe next time I pass through to the Oasis.
Oh, okay, well, that's fine.
How long does it last?
About an hour, I believe.
Potion of water breathing is an hour.
Can't you
Yes,
that anyway?
but the Oasis, when I swam down for an hour. And
Well, wouldn't it
Well,
be
half hour.
Yeah, 30 minutes down and then 30 minutes back. Or...
I did not find the bottom, could not see the bottom, saw just darkness. And I want to explore that sometime, but
But how would the potion help?
give me an extra half hour to
I
explore.
guess.
Extra hour.
Well, extra hour, but
Well,
I have
but-
to hour down, hour
Oh,
up.
I see.
Yeah.
So extra half
Unless
hour
you had
down.
multiple, and you could stack them, maybe.
That would be interesting. Or
Can
maybe
you drink underwater?
Possibly. I mean, you can drink water, so I assume you could. Yes.
Well, I can't drink water, but Other people can.
Well, maybe by that time you'll know a spell about breathing underwater.
Yes, actually, that'd be... Yeah, how do you make the potion, actually?
Various, items and magical things that, when combined together, make a concoction that expands the anatomy of the creature consuming it to have greater lung capacity.
So he doesn't know. That's unfortunate.
2 parts oregano.
And a dash of cocaine.
You can't actually breathe underwater, but you'll never know the difference.
Add some carbonated water. Don't forget the carbonated water.
Yeah. It's the bubbles that you need.
Trade secrets, naturally. I know what I'm doing.
Well, I'm no trader, so I won't get those secrets from you. But,
Well,
we just... Do you know anything else about the Netscat family, or...
Well, it's my understanding that a lot of people... some people think they're bastards. But... everyone's really a bastard. If
Well,
you think
yeah, I
about
mean,
it.
we are, of course.
just wondering, how do the when you're bringing in supplies for your potions, how does that affect how does the tariffs and the Zujiri distribution affect all that?
Doesn't affect me. I go and get my own stuff.
Makes sense.
Do you recall that time we almost died?
No, I don't. It's,
Well, I didn't almost die, but some of your other people, I think, did. That one guy got paralyzed
you
by
seem to enjoy
choice.
it too.
Yeah, he kind of enjoyed it. That was awkward. Do you have any recreational things we could take back, maybe to our recreational friend?
Well, let me look around here, and he starts scrounging and moving piles of things. Tosses some of the animals that are in the wicker cages, and he's like, oh sorry, I'm going to experiment on them later. It's fine. And then here we go. Yes, I have this wonderful thing. I've been saving it for a special occasion, but I'd be willing to part with it for let's say 50 gold.
What is it? We're occasionally, particularly special.
The local name for this is catnip, but it's just a concoction that makes you very, very docile.
Would it work on tieflings?
What?
It would work on any thing.
Would Sheru know anything about this stuff?
Go ahead and make
About the catnip?
history check.
24.
Okay. So this is a narcotic of sorts that is commonly used by slavers to kidnap people.
Oh, jeez.
It is recreationally used on occasion too. It can be extremely dangerous, but it is specifically it's gotten its name as a result of its use in enslaving tabaxi kind.
Oh, great.
Is this a date rape?
Yeah, that sounds
Yes,
like
it is.
Essentially.
Especially a
In
tabaxi
some
one.
ways.
Want the pudding and the jello.
That aged like a fine wine. I'll take it.
Very good, very good.
That was 25 gold, you said?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Come on! No. Where are you? Okay. 11.
You did bring me that stuff, so yeah, 25 gold is fine.
Brilliant. I knew we were special.
But, why are you curious about what's going on in Kajako?
Well, we came to the city, and honestly, that's all we've heard about. And so, I tend to get in my hands a little bit dirty. I love to hear stories, write them down. So, this seems like kind of a historic moment for the city.
Very well, could be. I don't know, but rumors that I've heard, I try not to get out in public too often. It just is frustrating. I mean, I go to the bar every now and again, get plastered drunk when I have had a bad experiment, but I do hear things every now and again, and I know that there are some diplomats from the south that are here, and they seem to be trying to make some sort of deal with Zujiri distribution, Northern T'Chawa. Not sure exactly what it is, but they're here, and I know that Zujiri has gained a lot of power over the last few years, and
Seems everywhere we go, they're there.
They are. But some people are benefited by it, benefit from it. Some people don't. So it really just depends. A lot of trade agreements are brokered by them, and if you don't fall in line with them, you usually suffer. But if you do fall in line, you tend to make a very good profit.
I tried the falling, it didn't work. But, I hope we meet again, but I think we need to move on.
Yes, I think so. Thank you for...
It's so nice to see you again.
It's wonderful to see you. Bring me more stuff.
Oh, of course.
Speaking of stuff...
We always have stuff.
I pull out my Shadowfell rock and my Shadowfell water vial.
Okay.
These are items from the Shadowfell. I stumbled upon it over up in Nalia. Would you be interested in these?
Let me take a look. And he looks at him. He's like, very interesting. You said it from the Shadowfell?
Yes, as far
How'd
as
you get there?
I have... It was the weirdest thing.
It was
remember
a fight.
Kaiji, Amasi?
Was she the cat person?
The Tabaxi, yes.
Yes, the cat person.
The Pequigua.
The Tabaxi. Anyways, she somehow got kidnapped by gremlins or something. I'm not quite sure what they were.
Okay.
And we chased them, and we ended up in the Shadowfell through some weird cave along the Maya Shonda, near Nalia, off of what used to be Kertu Khalifa.
Interesting. Used to be.
Yes, Kertu Khalifa is no more. It just exploded one day. Not sure what happened.
We don't know. We heard
I did hear a rumor about that.
there was someone angry at someone else, and then it exploded. I don't know.
That sounds very specific and detailed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, just kind of near where that was.
Well, maybe I can run some experiments on these. I'll give you another 300 gold for these.
Wonderful. They're all yours. I hope you find some interesting information because, Shadowfell seems like a fun place to.
Tell you what, if I find something out, I'll share it with you.
That's even better.
That is a great idea.
And then, if you find anything else, bring it to me. I'm happy to pay.
We are currently staying at whatever the place we're staying. I don't remember.
Chiseled block.
The chiseled block.
I love that place.
I heard it from a strange wind that just came through. But the chiseled block.
I love it. It's delicious. They've got wonderful food.
What?
Wonderful drink.
What would you suggest?
Anything?
Anything. Okay. Well,
It
we've
gets you
tried
drunk.
some things. They didn't have pancakes. Wait, no, they did have pancakes.
I think they did. I don't remember.
Neither do I.
It's hard to tell day from day, but
He's been drinking
completely
too much.
understand what you mean.
Well, thank you for your time.
No problem. My pleasure. I've got some other things to turn into flowers and such.
Yes. Good luck with that.
hopefully nothing sentient.
Doesn't matter.
Well, let's go, Sheru.
He's actually the villain of the campaign.
With Jar Jar Binks turned Sith.
Yeah.
Just gave him the
we'll
key
meet
to
up
the
again
super
and
secret
we're
ultra
really
codex.
Yeah, the Ultra Codex.
But you guys depart. He waves you off and starts tinkering with his animals and.
So what is the thing I bought?
magic again?
Catnip.
Catnip.
What's it called?
Catnip.
That's all it's called?
That's yeah.
It isn't.
That's the
It's,
street name. I don't.
it isn't catnip. It is called catnip.
So it's a custom item.
Yeah. It's a narcotic.
How is it like? You
Makes
said it a
people.
block, or you said it was,
What?
or
It's an herb.
It's a kilo of catnip.
what?
It's a block wrapped in foil paper.
Yeah. So what's the deets?
It's essentially like an oil, more than
Multiple
anything.
uses. Like
With what you've got there, you probably have like 5 uses. But
Start destroying random people.
Throw people at the party. Oh my god.
it's essentially like
Actually, not a bad idea.
a drug. Again, it makes people docile, but it's almost more like a tranquilizer than anything, but it makes people loopy.
makes people loopy.
Used in
Highly
very small
suggestible.
doses.
Microdose
Sounds like you know
manage your
about this.
anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What else are you two doing?
Well, I chose to go to Urin first. So what's your choice, Arden?
I would say.
I mean the
Who are we?
we were going to talk to the livery and just figure out more information about the Thaumaturge Guild.
Oh yes. Then the Thaumaturge Guild is controlled by.
Well, I believe the Churn Sanctum are the leaders of it, and then I'm not actually sure if I know the college is part of it. But I'm not sure if anyone else is part of the.
What's his name again?
Corvus?
No, Kemvit.
Kemvit.
Yeah, he's controlling it
He's yeah.
basically
He's historically been the leader.
historically for several thousand of years.
Only someone would bring it up.
I know.
Mysteries.
Let's learn more about the Thaumaturgy Guild. That sounds interesting.
All right. I mean, we can always talk.
I mean, magical items always sounds
I mean,
exciting to me.
That's
So.
true. How about I mean, we can go back to the college. I'm not sure how much more information we can find there.
Yeah, you guys honestly have explored the Thaumaturge Guild quite a bit at this point.
I don't care.
Even when you were out doing your shopping for
Oh,
magical
yeah.
items, you learned that
Oh, that's true.
a lot of the Thaumaturge Guild is the creation of trinkets, religious artifacts that people would wear, like a talisman to keep them safe, things like that. Minor magical things that people enchant. But the Thaumaturge Guild would include religious and magical businesses, essentially.
I mean, if we can see if there's any temples in the area if we want to do that more. I do would like to see what beetles and you've seen the dung beetles rolling around all the. That is
They're
such an interesting
huge.
way to handle that.
That is one way, yes.
It's disgusting, but also fascinating that at least they have some sort of sanitation.
That's something, yeah. I wonder where it all goes. Should we just follow one?
Why not?
Whose idea was it to stick these two together again?
That would be a waste of time.
You found one that is rolling a lump, or just
Of course.
Okay, let's go.
The ones that aren't, we don't care.
Research for one that's rolling a.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
There's one. I got 22.
Okay.
With what?
I was gonna say with advantage, but yeah, that's fine. you find one easily enough.
I was like, it's pretty high investigation.
So you see a beetle being led by a keeper there, and it's just rolling along, pushing its ball of dung. People throwing their refuse out into the streets. Collects it, puts it into its ball, and continues moving forward. You guys follow it for probably an hour.
I wonder if they're on a schedule and they know when to throw it out. Maybe every Wednesday.
But you guys eventually make it back to this very odd-looking mud brick building, and you see
Is that actually made of mud?
it's like dried.
Is it dried mud?
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I see what
Yeah,
you're saying. It is mud brick, but you see beetles
made.
coming out and beetles going in, pushing their balls of dung. And what do you do?
Well, Sheru just walks up over to where the beetles are coming and going, and just kind of starts looking through and seeing what's going on with all the beetles.
So as you look in, you see that this room is just a single room. Essentially, it's a stable of sorts, but it is covered top to bottom in dung.
Whoa.
And I should clarify. So it's like the walls are covered in dung.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a large pit in the center that these balls of dung are thrown into. And you see some various workers there taking like these. Essentially, it's like like how you would fan crops back in the day. Essentially, just like a rake of some sort. And they're just spinning the dung in this room.
Fascinating. This is...
Do you think it just builds up over time and what do they do with it? Like, what if it comes too much? Do they do another building? Like,
Blast him!
hey, sir,
Yes.
we are very fascinated by this whole process. Do you have a max limit of dung, and then do you have to create a whole nother building for more, or do you get rid of it somehow, like burning it? Or do you recycle at all? Do you actually take some of the stuff that you could remake items through, like metal or any other items? Do you find gold, maybe? And have, like, little kind of bets on the side to see how much you can find, and then whoever finds the most then wins the whole pot, and then they get so much information.
That is
like,
disgusting.
Oh, sorry.
No, we don't do that.
Oh, you should. That sounds like fun, actually.
Let me show you. And he leads you over to this vat of dung, and as he's fanning the poop, you see large white grubs inside of it, and they're devouring the dung.
So what do they...
Ingenious.
That is actually pretty good. What do they... Wait,
Wait,
don't
what happens when they...
Yeah.
What happens when they go? Do they eat their own dung?
Do they eat their own dead? Do they turn into something else later? Do they become the beetles and then bring them to...
Yes, we are.
That was a lot of questions.
Caring
I said yes.
for the larva of the beetles.
Wow. So
I totally misunderstood that. I thought there was a parasitic infection in the So I'm like, oh,
So does the larvae
it's so much better to hear.
secrete the same amount? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Where does it go?
Well, they have to grow, so
I guess
some of their...
energy turns into...
Well, it's a very intricate system. They devour the dung, they collect the dung, bring it here, and then any extra is used to fertilize the fields.
I just like the idea that you had to think of all this.
I have thought a lot about this.
Like, you had all this prepared, like, how they take care.
This is...
What do they do with
It's
it?
awesome!
That's great.
Genius!
I love it.
It is fantastic.
Wow. Yeah, we call this a dung den.
So do they eat everything that comes through, or do you have extra items that you have to put off to the side? Like, I'm sure there's something.
I mean, people are tossing all sorts of things into the dung beetles.
We'd like to
roll.
look through it.
No, you.
I mean, I would. I can filter my nostrils, so...
You would be able to do that,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
Well, we don't really... People just throw out their
Well,
refuse.
okay. How about I give you a task?
It's not a garbage.
Wait, what is it then?
It's
It's a sewer. This is the sewers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where does the garbage go?
it's not my job, but
Oh, man.
wherever it's burned, I don't know.
It's in another circus. Different monkeys.
Ah, you're making an analogy.
Yes.
Right.
But anyway, and as you guys are having this conversation, you see a small halfling kind of walk in, and she starts talking with one of the other people in the room, and all of a sudden she just screams out, yelling, and she's like, What do you mean these larvae are not going to be going to Zujiri? This is part of the plan. We provide the beetles for them, and they ensure that we continue to run. You do not make deals on the side. And you see this other, it's a T'Chawi man looking down. He's like, I'm sorry. We just don't like dealing with them. They're crooks and terrible. And I'm sorry, Flimbool, but it's not what we want to do. And she screams out even more. I don't care what you want to do. You do what the guild tells you to do, or we will take away your right to vote within the guild, and we will ensure that you will not do business in the city. Now, break your contract with the other people and renegotiate with Zujiri, or I will have you shut down. And you see him just nod his head and say, okay. And she walks out, heading towards other dung dens.
That was quite... Okay, follow my lead. I'm gonna go up to the guy.
I mean, I was going to go to the guy, but I'll follow you.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
That was very dumb what you did, but we are here as Flembo's representatives to make sure that you follow through with what she told you to do.
Can I make an insight check on what you're doing? I got a 17.
Try to pretend that we're representatives of Flembo so that we can find out more, like, what guild was being sent to.
Extremely loud. No, we don't need to pretend. We just ask. What the heck was that about? Sorry, excuse my friend. He has some weird ideas sometimes.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I forgot who I was. Sorry.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, persuasion. It's only +2, so 14.
Okay.
Or not 14.
I was like, no, it's higher than that.
18. I -2, not added 2.
Yeah.
Oops.
I just don't like working with Zujiri. They've corrupted the city, but we don't seem to be able to survive if we don't deal with them. And if we, I want to be the change in the city that forces isn't the right word, that promotes ethical business, but people only care about money, and apparently my guild does also.
I think we found the right person.
I mean,
We are also trying to do so. What is your name?
My
Hopefully it's
name-
not number 2.
My name. This one I actually had ready.
Yes.
My name is Tuum Aim.
Well, I'm Tomb, so
my name is Sheru.
mine's Arden.
It's nice to meet you.
So
What was the other guild that, or who were you selling to other than your guild? If you don't mind us asking, you don't have to answer.
We were just trying to sell to other merchants that needed our beetles.
And who's in charge of the Livery Guild if they're making these decisions? And is your sentiments consistent with fellow workers, or is it just?
I don't know. The guild has, different leaders. Usually, the bigger the business, the more powerful you are in the leadership. But Flimbool Trenzira is one of our representatives within the guild council, and what she says goes, unfortunately, sometimes. And we're a smaller livery in the area, and we're just trying to make ends meet.
Makes sense. This Fambul, so she's kind of the guild leader of your company.
I wouldn't say the leader.
Oh.
She's one of the representatives.
Okay.
There's multiple leaders. Usually the more profitable your business, and this is how guilds generally work, the more profitable your business, the more voting power you have within the guild, and the more that you can have your business supported in guild council decisions.
Makes sense.
So, my guild, for example, has one vote. My business has one vote, but other businesses, other liveries, could have 50.
Fascinating. And how did Flamboul come to be your representative?
Well, I don't know. She's been in the industry a long time. She had a dung den, and she. Rumor has it she's good at blackmail, but she got the right people backed into a corner. But I know the guild isn't as happy as they used to be with her. She's lost some of her political strength.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we've heard all sorts of rumors while we've been in town. I mean, we literally just followed away dung beetles because we thought it was a fascinating system.
It's effective.
But while we've been in the sea, we've heard rumors about some big vote coming up and a ball and stuff.
We don't know anything really about it. Do you?
I don't have much time to keep up with it.
Yeah.
But I know that things in the city are changing. People are on edge more, and a lot of the guards in the various guilds are tense.
But if you were a representative, you would know what the vote's about.
Maybe, but I'm not.
Oh. How much money would you need to become a representative?
A lot.
Yes, that's obviously how much.
Well,
You must have thought about it, maybe.
It's less about how much money you have and more about how much money you produce.
Oh.
Just
We produce a lot, actually, in a short amount of time for what we do.
surprisingly sometimes.
What do you do?
We are the Red Sands Adventuring Company, and we oftentimes go out on adventures by hire, or we find exotic goods and bring them to be sold and stuff like that.
I see. That does sound fascinating.
It's fun. It's a fun gig.
It is pretty interesting. But, how much you produce? So, yes, okay.
For just out of curiosity, if Flamboul disappeared, I'm not suggesting anything. What would happen?
They'd find another representative. We might get weaker for a little bit. I don't know.
All right. I mean, it's interesting. This whole city is run by guilds, and it's one that most cities I've run to usually have some sort of king or council, and I guess the guild is the council. This is definitely a different city.
People care about money here. They don't care about people.
That is a sad way to live life.
But I apologize. I have work that I need to
Of
get
course.
done. But
Thank you for taking your time. One last question. Where could we find Flamboul? I'd love to talk to her.
you usually find her just going about bullying the other dens, so
We could probably hear her from quite a ways away, so
you
we could,
certainly can.
we'll find her.
Well, thank you for your time. Head out.
It's not a problem, but it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Of course.
Sorry I tried to lie to you when I first met you.
That's
I'm
okay.
trying to change. And I'm sorry.
He's working very hard on changing.
Just follow the good side of a conscience.
Okay. I'll have to decide which one that is, but alright. Thank you for that.
Anyway, I'll see you later. And he goes and starts helping to fan the grubs in the vat of dung. And we'll go ahead and conclude with the party having well, let me ask this. Was there anything else in this day that you guys were wanting to accomplish, or do you want to focus on the next day for other things?
Well, what time is it?
It'd probably be after your encounters with various people. Probably like 2, 3 o'clock. So you could do some more if you wanted to, or we can pick it up next session.
We can still do this next session, but I would like to follow Flambool.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think the pirates have another guild or two to check out.
Okay, sounds good. Just wanted to make sure before we had you meet back together. All right. Well, we will end the session there, and we'll see what happens next time. Thanks for listening.
If you like listening to Rollfair, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Also, check out our merch store at rollfair.com. Com.